What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I just had an amazing recording of Persona 5 Strikers. I would recommend that series. It's on my main channel if you don't know about it, which I also play Persona 5 there as well. Love both of them and strongly recommend it if you just like seeing me play those type of games. But anyways, for now, we're back to another amazing game, and we gotta do some supports. We gotta do him, and then I definitely think the next thing I'm gonna do, I can't remember if I said it or not because I feel like my plans changed quite a bit. I'm gonna go get Marianne's weapon because when I think about it, this map, it's not one I want to play with. Both Petra, Hilda, and Claude are going to show up. And if their lives are at play here... This is Ferdinand's birthday? Wow, what a birthday. We're both April people? Interesting. But if this is something that we're both going to... Or that I'm going to bring all three of them, I want them to be at full strength. So... I want Marianne's weapon, and I might even consider trying Leonie's paralog to get her weapon. But Leonie can use all kinds of stuff, so I might just work on that instead. So, we'll see. Marianne only has her magic, but for now, let's get started. I guess, yeah, why wait? We got Dedue. He's got a lot of supports with pretty much everyone except Flane and Shamir. So why don't we start with Felix?
Hey, wait.
It should be interesting.
What is it?
Because again, this wasn't unlockable until now.
You defended me in battle. Why?
His Highness does not wish for our military strength to be depleted.
No, really.
The loss of your strength would be significant.
You are a colossal idiot. One slip up and you would have died. You think you would have been happy about that?
No?
No, I do not.
Then why protect me? I thought you were his mindless weapon, his sword and shield.
I heard about your brother.
Oh!
He was a Dusker. He died to protect His Highness.
You're bringing that up.
He did, but I don't see what that has to do with anything. Are you repaying some kind of debt? I hope you're not going to praise his death. I hear enough of that from my old man.
I will not praise it then. Instead, I will say I would have done the same in his position. Is it really so unnatural to put one's life on the line to protect a brother in arms?
Well, there's a question to do.
To hear a rabid dog call me a brother in arms.
Well, maybe he's not as rabid as you think.
Your insults are merely an attempt to avoid addressing me as what I am.
Huh.
I am a man of Dusker, yet you were concerned for my life.
Huh.
Concerned is a strong word. Your death would have been unpleasant, that's all.
You know, people mention that Felix is a very well-written tsundere, and while I don't particularly like looking at it like that, I do agree. Because what they often need to be good, in my opinion, is one, a realistic trauma that makes them the way they are, you know? Or not necessarily trauma, but just something that makes them close up. And Felix has no better excuse, I feel. It doesn't exactly excuse everything that he does, but it does provide a realistic answer, and you can sympathize with his character somewhat. And also, he's lashing out, but you can tell it's from an area of pain, and you can tell that very early on. So I wish more media took notes, not necessarily from Felix, but just kept that. You can't just be cold to everybody, and just because you look good, you know, you get away with it. No, that's not how it works. In fact, I would say Felix doesn't get away with everything. People challenge him like Dedue does right now.
Coming from you, that is enough.
And I can see that.
What's that supposed to mean? I just meant... never mind. Okay, go ahead, protect me. But if you act like a fool and get yourself killed, I'll kill you.
Right.
How can you kill me if I am already dead?
You know what I meant.
Yeah. It's clearly Felix is having mixed feelings about the whole situation. And I think those mixed feelings are understandable, but the dude didn't do anything to him, you know? And Felix understands that, yet it seems like he doesn't want to admit it. And Dedue, I think he got everything, so. Now this one should be interesting.
Ah, hello. Dedue, yes?
Finished praying?
I am, yes.
The two tanks.
You have grown much since I saw you last. You're a man now.
To be honest, he looked like a man before.
You barely know me.
True. I suppose we did only meet a handful of times.
As haggard as you look now, you were even worse when I last saw you in the capital.
Really?
Haggard, eh? True enough.
Still weighed down by the same regret, I see.
I was unable to protect the king. That is the ultimate failure. One I must atone for.
If you have the spare time to beg forgiveness, then pick up a lance and train.
That would do nothing to atone for the dead.
Your prayers are mere self-indulgence.
Huh.
You do not understand.
No, I do not.
Well, at least tell him.
Fargus needed you. His Highness needed you.
There was no other choice but for me to leave.
That's true. Like, look at where Dimitri is right now. Maybe Gilbert could have helped ease some of that off.
What would you have done if you were in my place? If His Highness had died due to your failures?
If he commanded me to live, then I would live. Otherwise, I would die with him. I have nothing left to lose other than His Highness. Home, family, all but that man I have already lost.
That's true. Gilbert has his family and his home.
You were a knight in service to the king for decades. Not only did you excel in bravery, wisdom, and tactics, but in matters of character, you were an ideal knight, utterly above reproach.
Wow, that's, you know, this is, I think, the most I've heard Dedue like just speak from the heart.
That is what His Highness has always said. I have only come this far by modeling my conduct after his stories of you. But now...
Forget those words spoken by His Highness. I am no different a man than I was before. Beaten down by sin. Alone and weak. I am lost and irredeemable.
You know, people told me that they really thought I should get those beforehand. I'm not so sure. I think it fits right now, from what I'm seeing. Maybe something will be enlightening in the B, because I think they told me to get Dedue C and B. Dimitri's I understand, but Dedue... alright. I guess we'll just go down the line. Ash?
You're quite late getting back.
The scouting mission didn't go well. I was so busy I didn't even have time to eat.
Oh, that's hard to hear.
I thought that might be the case. Gilbert was exhausted too. Glad you made it. I saved some food for you.
Oh, thanks. I'm starving. Your cooking's fantastic, as always. The spices were a nice touch. I can really taste the Dusker inspiration. You remembered that I wanted to try more Dusker cuisine, didn't you?
Oh, really?
Yes. How is it?
Wow, Dedue, the changes are subtle, but significant.
Amazing. You're a much better chef than I am.
Your cooking is not bad at all.
Thanks. My father would be glad to hear it.
Is he the one who taught you?
Not exactly. I learned from watching him work the kitchen in his restaurant.
Oh, really?
And what about you? I think you said that you and your sister helped with the cooking at home.
I forgot he had a sister.
Yes. I learned by watching my mother.
You know, you hear him as the last of the Duskers so often that it's hard to remind yourself, or hard for me to remember, like he had a whole family. Like he was probably a normal guy before all this.
Nothing remains of Duskur. The towns, the people, the culture. All of it was put to the torch. My mother and sister are gone. Yet that simple memory of them standing together in the kitchen is so clear.
Wow.
So real.
So in a way, you put those memories into this meal.
Yes. Through me, they are able to live on.
Now that's, I think, a good way to be, Dedue.
I like that way of thinking.
Yeah.
The church may not like my feelings on this, but in Fodlan, when people die, they pass on to be with the goddess, right?
I suppose.
That seems so far away. I'd rather they stayed here.
I wonder if that is somewhat true, because Sothis seems to transcend, her spirit is different, like Rhea explained in, the DLC.
My parents, my brother, Lanato, maybe they can all live on through me, too.
As long as you think of them, they will.
Yeah.
Dedue, your cooking is
Wow.
delicious. It really is.
It's okay, Ash. Let it out, man.
Careful, or you will oversalt it.
Okay.
That's all right. Thank you, Dedue.
Eat as much as you'd like.
I know what he meant by that, with his tears, if I have to explain that. Well, I mean, I might know, but some other people might not know. Okay. Wait, Sylvain has one? Alright, the last one burnt. Yeah, let's just continue with Dedue until we finish.
Oh, Dedue! Are you praying to the goddess of Fodlan? That seems odd.
I have never heard Fodlan pronounced like that.
Won't the Duskur gods be upset if they hear you praying to another land's deity?
The Fodlan goddess was recognized in Duskur, too.
Well, that makes sense.
The deities of foreigners are seen as the protectors of their respective lands.
Which further reminds me that Fodlan is but a small part of this world.
It has been said that we would offer our prayers to her in times of war.
Though Sothis is real. Sothis existed. Sothis almost laid waste to this entire area. Or was it just I have a hard time believing that Sothis only laid waste to Fodlan. I feel like she would have went to other areas as well, but and she successfully destroyed their areas, but not all of Fodlan. And she just settled down there, something like that.
Huh. So the goddess is part of a pantheon. I guess that's one way to interpret it. Anyway, what are you praying for?
For peace to come even one day sooner.
Now that is a nice thing to wish for.
That's a lovely prayer. I was just thinking about praying for that myself.
I see.
Hey, Dedue, what are your plans for yourself once this war is finally over?
Man, it feels so like he's been gone for so long. He's been a part of the team.
To serve His Highness for the rest of my days.
I thought you might say that.
Yeah.
And you?
That's a good question. I was thinking about traveling to Duskur.
Really?
To Duskur? There is nothing of interest left there.
Isn't it where you were born? And isn't it where your wonderful food and stories come from?
Well, that is true.
I think those are reasons enough to visit at least once.
Mercedes. If you will allow it, I would like to accompany you. His Highness would surely grant me leave to go.
Oh, of course. I think I saw the first glimpse of the old Dimitri when Dedue showed up. And the old Dimitri would be like, Dedue, live your life, man.
You really think so? Then I hope the war ends as soon as possible.
As do I.
We're going to have to shower the goddess with prayers. We'll pray that she watches over and protects us while we work to end this war.
I truly do wonder if Sothis fully did revive, what would happen? Would she look at what happened to her children and be like, okay, you're all gonna die again?
Then when it's finally finished, we can travel.
That promises to be interesting. We should pray to the Duskur gods as well.
Yes, that's a brilliant idea.
Oh, really?
Which of the Dusker gods should we pray to?
For victory, we pray to the god of war. Or
Or?
just the god of war.
Were you gonna mention something else?
Come on, what were you going to say?
I think he was.
Oh, I know. It's the god of travel, right?
I don't think that one.
Let us leave it at that.
I knew I was right. You taught me so much about your gods. So let's pray. For the end of the war, and for our safe travels to Dusker.
Well, that's a nice screen. I like that. And I'm remembering Ingrid's... Yeah, Ingrid's we probably should say for last, even though Annette had 4. And that's just friendly.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
There you go again.
What is it, Annette?
I completely forgot that it's my turn for kitchen duty today.
And if I'm being honest, I would not have my commanding officers wasting their time with kitchen duty. I mean, it's not a waste to feed the army, but I need them in the rooms, you know, or I need them training, you know, or I need them talking with their soul. I need them doing other stuff or eating, you know? Anyways.
Huh? Did you do all the kitchen prep already?
Like, if this was a monastery, okay, I can see that. But now, we in war.
Kitchen duty is mine today.
What? But, oh, did I get the day wrong?
Yes, yours is tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's embarrassing.
Wow, I really am something else.
But, you know, when you're amongst friends, it's very significantly lessened. Like, imagine if it was a stranger.
These things happen.
Yeah.
Is something funny?
Oh, no, I was just happy. So, you probably already know this, but my uncle is really strict.
Strict? That's how you wanna... That man was like, yo, send everyone. Capture Annette at all costs.
He wanted me to be perfect at cooking, studying, cleaning, washing, everything, really.
Well, that's the first time I've heard you speak about him. I'm glad I did the paralogue then.
He said if I wasn't perfect, as a knight's daughter, I'd be devaluing my crest.
That, I can see him saying that from the little bit I've seen of him.
Whenever I messed up, he looked so mad. And he'd sigh like he just lost his faith in humanity.
Wow, okay. Alright, so that's why she's so nervous?
That is harsh.
That's beyond harsh.
Oh, I know he loved me and all. He was just kind of scary.
I've seen so many fathers recently do that, especially from this one show. Well, if I said which show it was, it'd be a spoiler. So yeah, I'm not gonna say it. And yeah, he does love you, but dadgummit.
But you've helped me out and been patient with me without getting mad. I'm just so happy. Thank you, Dedue.
I have hardly done anything.
You know what? You remind me of my father.
Interesting you say that, considering her rank.
Of Gilbert.
You look scary at first glance, but you're actually really kind.
That's fair, I suppose.
Is that so?
Oh, right. Let me help you with something, if that's okay with you. What are you cooking today? Hopefully I can chip in.
It is a meat dish from Vargas.
I'm still a complete klutz, so I'm not gonna be in the way, am I?
I'm sure he'd be honest with you if you were, and I doubt it.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I was hoping that the food I made would bring a smile to your face.
Oh!
Oh, wow. That's...
Whoa!
Well then, I can't wait for dinner time.
That's a new look for Dedue.
Good.
I'm glad he's home, man. He's been out there for what, like 5 years by himself? Well, yeah, home is where your family is. All right, now what about this one? What's with the look?
Dedue? Are you okay? You look unwell.
That's unwell?
Ingrid. Is my face frightening?
Oh, he's practicing.
What? I mean, or sort of? Or not exactly. I wouldn't use the word frightening. Aggressive, maybe?
Those are all fair.
But it's really nothing to worry about. Why? Did someone say something cruel?
I made a village child cry.
Oh.
Oh, I see. Let me guess. You feel like you look frightening, so you walked around with a smile glued to your face.
How did you know?
I'm starting to understand how you think.
Oh, really?
The thing is, forced smiles never work well.
Yeah.
Usually just end up making a person look creepy and insincere.
Emphasis on the insincere.
I see. Duly noted.
Well, not for Dedue. I'm thinking of something else. Sorry about that. But yeah, creepy. Dedue should just be himself, be natural.
To be honest, when we first met, I was pretty intimidated by you.
Well, that's fair.
Not because of a smile, but a lack of any emotion whatsoever. And you so rarely spoke. I had no idea what to make of you.
I know many people, relatives of mine, who have said that exact same thing has happened to them. Some people are just quiet.
But that's only because I wasn't making an effort to get to know you. Because you were from Dusker. As I started to get to know you, to understand your personality, I realized what a fool I'd been.
Well, at least you realized it.
Personality.
I can't really blame you for your preconceived notions.
You may come off intimidating, but underneath that cool exterior is a kind, loyal, and noble person. A really wonderful person. In a certain regard, you are one of the knightliest people I know.
Oh yeah, I gotta give him that.
What is it?
I think that's an honor for him to hear.
Wonderful person. This is the first time anyone has ever said a thing like that to me.
That's true.
It is rather awkward.
Like he's looked at as an enemy.
It's only awkward if you make it awkward. Which it kind of is, now.
That fits?
Ugh.
Well, let me know if you need anything.
Yes, of course. Same to you, Dedue.
Those were nice. If only I could see. Dadgummit, Dimitri, what you doing, bro? What you doing? Well, I know what he's doing. Like, everybody's like, in this one, it really interests me. The others are ready, but Happy's is still locked. Which, speaking of, I should mention, I have disabled Fire Emblem Heroes from my phone. The reason being, apparently my worst fears came true. I was worried I was taking too long finishing this game, and nothing furthermore can prove it than that Fire Emblem Three Houses, or Fire Emblem Heroes, apparently has like the final boss from this area, or maybe something related to the final boss. So I was told by one of my admins, I'm not sure if he wants me to say his name or not, and of course, bro, if you leave it down in the comments, I'll make sure to let people know. But he warned me. Like, I was gonna open up the game because I recorded that Golden Day summoning session, but I hadn't leveled any of them up. So I was like, I had some free time. I was like, let me level them up. But I went on Discord just on a whim, and I saw his message, and he told me. I'm like, wow. So everyone, if you can, yeah, I guess I'll say, if you can send a thank you to Chris. He's the one. I feel like he wouldn't mind me saying that, because if there is some sort of surprise there that something I'm not knowing, Fire Emblem Heroes would have spoiled me, and as of now, I sincerely doubt that I'll see it. There always is a chance that a video could recommend it to me, but if I haven't been recommended something on the Blue Lions route itself, which I take precautions, I make sure that my history isn't recorded on this channel. So therefore, and my subscription is filled with nothing but Sonic stuff. So therefore, I don't see anything but Sonic when I look at my recommended videos. It's worked so far, and I think it will continue to. So anyways, just thank him, because now that is continues to be a surprise. Anywho, why did I bring that up? I forgot. Oh, because I assumed that the final boss would have to do with Cornelia, and I assume that she's an Agarthan. I don't know when this would unlock though, if that was the case, because I feel like it would come from Happy knowing Cornelia is the one who captured her. Either way. On that note, why don't we go and finish up Sylvain's supports?
I've looked everywhere. I guess Sylvain must still have it. Huh? When did this book get here?
Reminds me of Hilda's conversation with him.
Wait, this is mine. And there's something sticking out of it. A letter? Dear author, I read your manuscript quite by accident.
What?
And I truly apologize.
Wow.
However, I also write today to inform you that I enjoyed your story tremendously.
Well, that's one way to talk to her.
I laughed and cried as the heroine overcame her many obstacles, growing stronger with each step. Your literary style presents a unique perspective. I could sense you watching over the protagonist. Wow, so many compliments, and so much attention to detail.
Yeah, that was nice, Sylvain.
The girl's failures are as compelling as her triumphs.
Huh.
Since authors are told to write what they know, I believe your tale would not have been so convincing were it not for your own experiences.
Wow, that's a top-notch review.
What? My own experiences? That's a weird way to give praise. Who wrote this anyway? Who would read my story so carefully and then write this long letter to tell me about it?
You know, honestly, it's hard for me to see a young Bernadetta thinking about something. So this fits, I'm saying, for her to be older.
Whoever it is, they must be wonderful. Someone like my dear old uncle.
You have an uncle?
I do hope my letter inspires you to keep writing. Looking forward to the next chapter. Your devoted fan, Sylvain.
Well, this might...
What? Sylvain? It can't be!
Yeah, this might throw her into a loop.
Hey, you Bernadetta. Did you read my letter?
How long have you been standing there?
Goodness, she turned quickly.
I'm sorry, but I fell head over heels for your story. It's so good, and I just had to tell you about it. So, what do you say? Will you write more? Why don't we talk literature over some tea?
I think it might have worked better if he didn't say who he was, but, you know.
Oh, I see your plan now.
Yeah.
You're out to humiliate me. Very clever, but I'm not falling for it.
Okay, this fits younger Bernadetta. Wow, and that's it? Well, yeah, it was definitely a B rank. He's done. That was the last of Sylvain that we'll see, unless I somehow get Hilda back. That's the only possible way. Does he have a rank with Petra? He might. Either way. Wait, no, I think Hilda's rank was also B as well, so I would have gotten that. So yeah, he's done. Unless we have one with Petra. Alright, Sylvain, that's kind of sad. I didn't think I finished one of the members' supports so early. Like, Ashtel has... Well, Cyril, I'm not sure if I do Casper's right now. And, like, most of the other Blue Lions have one with Dimitri still left. And Sylvain and him go back. It's a shame. Heck, even Marianne's got one with Dimitri. Okay. Well, on that note, oh yeah, I went and got Felix and Sedev's C.
May I help you, Sedith?
Finally noticed me, I see. Good to see that you are so dedicated to your training.
Do you have need of my sword?
No, this is not a military matter. I would like to discuss the distance you seem to be keeping from the others.
Distance? I don't follow.
I have noticed that you like to keep others at arm's length.
True.
And in most cases, quite a bit further.
Keeping a close eye on me. They don't share my values, that's all.
Is that why you train alone?
Because your friends do not share your values?
You seem displeased. I suppose you're going to tell me, to defeat your enemies, you must have dependable allies.
Well,
That's not exactly how I would phrase it. But having good relationships with your allies is essential in combat.
yeah, that's true.
I am sure you realize that it is easier to bond with people when you interact with them more. There are limits to what one person can do alone. Great things cannot be achieved without allies.
You sound like my father. You're saying it's in my own interest to make friends?
Well, yeah.
To put it simply, yes. As much as you possibly can. To be honest, I envy you.
Because it's a lot harder for you.
Because I know what it is like to not have many people to call friends.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that. There are so many devout believers.
I am talking about friends. People to speak with on equal terms. You have many friends here. You should take care to attend to them.
I'll consider your advice, but I'm not usually one to change my mind.
Well, that's true.
To be young.
I really like set of conversations. Probably because I can't do it with Rhea. It will be interesting to see Rhea interact with everybody as well. Okay. I guess running it up for the Blue Lions. Oh, Ingrid and... Oh, wow. Okay. Well, yeah, let's do Ingrid and Raph.
Eating? In the dining hall. You?
What do you mean? The dining hall's where I do most of my eating.
If only the old version of you could hear you say that.
What? I was wondering, I was like, what's wrong?
It seems to me you've taken more care with your appearance of late, too.
I suppose.
For once, you aren't covered in gravy and oil from head to toe. I'm impressed.
Of course not, Ingrid. A proper knight has to be neat and tidy.
Yeah, that does look, he got a proper shirt for him, for one.
All right, what have you done with Raphael?
It's all thanks to you. You said I had to clean up if I wanted to be a knight, so I started being more careful.
Why didn't I get this in the Golden Deer?
Do you think I have what it takes now?
I just ran out of time. Like, I'm not using the insane training method I'm using now because in permadeath, I'll admit, like, there are some times I had to use the turn, many times I used the turn wheels for the training method I'm using right now. And I'm okay with that because, you know, it's just training. But when it came to permadeath, I wanted to stick to that feel, so I never used them.
You've certainly become more knightly than before.
And so, therefore, I didn't want to put them in risky situations even if it would try to benefit them from training, because I don't want them dying. So, in a sense, I'm taking a lot more risks and I can get a lot more gain because of the turn wheels.
But there's plenty yet to do to become a proper knight. It's not as simple as eating where you're meant to and not being covered in gravy.
Well, yeah, but come on, let him take that praise.
Maybe I'd have a better chance if I just married you.
Where'd that come from, Raph?
What does that have to do with anything?
You're real cultured, that's all. You already taught me to be neat and tidy. I figured you could teach me a lot more about being a proper knight if I always had you around.
But, like, is that the way to ask?
That would be quite the undertaking for me. Listen, Raphael, that's sweet of you. However, as I've said before, I've no intention to marry.
That's true, you want to be a knight.
Let's cast aside this talk of marriage, and instead embolden one another to be the best knights we can be.
You're right. Probably a better idea to just embolden each other instead. As long as I still get your help with becoming a proper knight.
While you're working to be more proper, I'll be working to strengthen myself, that I might become a greater knight than you.
I'm trying to think, because with Leone coming out, it gave me a good indication on just how skilled the Blue Lions are, though granted, Leone was nerfed massively. I did think about that because when I first got her, she was at C. I've been spending the same amount of time on the Blue Lions trying to get them to this point, into anticipation of hard mode or maddening mode, you know, giving me so much trouble. That being said, Ingrid's pretty darn strong right now, especially due to her speed.
Huh. I don't know about that. I'm pretty tough. But I guess if anyone could beat me, it'd probably be you, Ingrid. Guaranteed.
Thank you, Raphael. That means a lot to me.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to judge. I would literally want to. I think I would need to play all 3 routes the same way in order to get an accurate comparison, because the blue lions are way stronger than they would be normally. In fact, I'm wondering on other playthroughs how if they'd be well, I don't have any experience yet, but still.
Still contemplating, I see.
Without so much as a word, you've read me through and through. Since last we spoke, I've been thinking a lot about my future, how I want to spend my life. It's a lot to think about, and I haven't entirely sorted out where I'm going. I think I need more time to grow.
On the contrary, you have given this honest and sincere thought. I am quite impressed, actually.
You're impressed with me?
Worry about the future is not unique to youth.
True.
It is human nature. At the risk of being overbearing, might I offer you one more piece of advice?
Of course.
Have you considered what your life would be like had you not been born with a crest?
I'm pretty sure. She hasn't?
Do you suppose that you would have been ordinary? Insignificant? I do not think so.
Yeah, again, look at Leonie.
Even without a crest, such a promising young lady as yourself would have a bright future ahead of her.
Seth, I
am not typically inclined to flattery, so I hope you will take my words to heart. Have faith in yourself. If you trade that faith for a misplaced pride in your crest, I will have to reassess your character.
Oh, that's fair.
I've no intention of doing such a thing.
Yeah, Ingrid is not one to talk about her crest at all.
It will take me time and experience, but I will find my path and walk it proudly.
I am glad to hear it, Ingrid.
This sounds like this could be their final one. So I wonder what their A+ rank is all about. It's interesting. Alright, that's it for the main cast for right now. We're getting some really good ones. Now, I think Marianne has her B rank with Hanneman. I kind of actually want to get her A rank before her paralogue.
Professor Hanneman, you wanted to speak with me?
Miss Marianne, hello. Do pardon the mess. Please have a seat.
There's a mess, Hanneman? That's unlike you.
Of course.
I have been puzzling over why your father would wish to conceal your crest. And I have arrived at a conclusion. Would you like to hear it?
Are we gonna talk about the elites again? Because I would love that.
No, I would rather not.
Ah, fair enough. Then I will keep it to myself.
That's fair, though I would like to hear it.
However, if my theory is correct, well, then it is only natural for you and your father to try keeping your crest a secret. That said, I feel I would be remiss if I didn't point out that I consider this decision a most grievous error.
Really?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Crests never manifest in someone unfit to bear them.
Is that so?
Which means, Miss Marianne, you have the ability to make the most of your crest, because it is, by definition, your crest.
Well, that's fascinating.
I have no desire to make use of my crest.
What does that say about Edelgard, then? I mean, is a forced manifestation the same thing? She also had the minor crest of Saros, and does that mean minor and major crest? Because Lysithea has a major crest of Gloucester, I believe, while Lawrence has a minor crest of Gloucester. And which one is Lysithea's main crest? Oh, anyways.
But it can be of service to you, and I would venture to suggest, to the world at large.
Ever since I was born, that crest has been nothing but a burden to me. My parents, too.
Ah, that's right. I have heard that you were adopted. Did one of your birth parents also have that crest?
Well, that's something I need to get Hanneman into conversations, man.
Yes.
Really?
It was my father.
No wonder you liked him so much.
Then that crest is evidence that you are your true father's daughter. Concealing it, hiding that truth from the world, is denying your true parentage, is it not?
I don't...
I'm not suggesting you flaunt your crest. That would be highly unnecessary, possibly even dangerous. I simply wish you to accept who you are.
Oh, that's a yo, Handman, that's a bar.
Accept it?
I mean, I know it's been said like numerous times, but in this case,
Accept the crest and allow its power to come forward. Then it will open itself to you.
yeah. Before we do Marianne's paralogue, I'm getting their A rank. It fits too well.
Whatever the crest may be, whatever its origin or its nature, it can serve you. It is yours to command, however you wish.
Or maybe it fits to get their paralogue now. Maybe their conversation will change if I've done their paralogue. Because right now it seems to be leading into it. You know, Hanneman's like, accept your crest. The next thing you know, Marianne has the chance to do just that. She tells us where her crest is and gets her relic.
Mine?
Nobody can decide how to use your crest, Miss Marianne. That choice is yours alone.
I wish I could ask you guys. Actually, I probably will. Just in a group community post.
I will think about that.
Yeah, I'll probably do that after I record this. Okay. And finally, looks like we got some support with Balthus.
I see. By any means necessary then. Before the war's end. I'm covered, but just to be safe, I need you to check on my mother and Kupala.
Is Kupala the name of your brother? That doesn't sound like a... well...
Still following me, huh? We have got to work on those manners, pal.
Oh!
Unless you really meant that bit about protecting me.
It probably means the fault his stepmother? Kupala?
That's where my mom was born and raised.
Oh.
I pay a spy money I don't have to keep an eye on the place.
Oh.
Whether I'm above the dirt or below it, it's up to me to make sure my stepmother can't get to my mom.
Okay.
No doubt about it. She's been honing her crazy plans lately. All because I've taken to fighting at your side.
You know, I'm surprised your stepmother didn't show up in the Alliance. It wasn't even mentioned. She sounds like Cornelia.
She thinks I'm making a name for myself before my glorious return to House Albrecht. Being delusional is her sport. There's little advantage to her going after my mom, but she's unpredictable. Gotta stay vigilant.
Yeah, I hear you.
Guess I haven't talked about her. After her and my pop split, she returned home. Where she's from, it's kind of an odd place.
Don't tell me Elmira.
You know the folks who live in the mountains of the Alliance? Guessing that's a no. Few do.
What?
Imagine a place with no influence to speak of. Nestled in the mountains on the Almiran border. That's Kupala.
Really? People live there?
Well, they're not mountain goats. It's not like they never interact with the Lords of the Alliance.
You do look like Tarzan, though.
They're incredibly isolated, though. Even their trade relations are remarkably limited. Doubt that'll change. The land lacks resources worth fighting over. Probably for the best, honestly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, but back to my mom. She was different. An exception to the rule in Kupala. She left the mountains, was rescued by my dad, and fell madly in love with him.
Did his family accept her?
Ah, the 1 million bullion question. Of course not, he's a noble. She isn't. Acceptance was never in the cards.
Well, heck, Claude's mom ran off from the Alliance, right?
My birth helped matters, but only a little. House Albrecht just wasn't where she belonged. My dad was in a tough spot. He was obligated to marry a fellow noble and produce a fitting heir. Nobody'd want to live out their days where they're utterly unwelcome. So my mom returned to Kupala.
I see.
Then it happened. I was enrolled in the Officers' Academy at Garrick Mach, and everything changed. During my enrollment examination, they discovered that I bear the major crest of Chevalier. My dad decided to resist his family's wishes and make me the head of the house after I graduated.
I see.
Thing is, the truth of my special crest was kept a secret by decree of the church.
Huh.
He couldn't tell anyone about my prized bloodline, so I was forced to step down as the legitimate heir.
Really? Why was it a secret? Although I know why.
It was for the best. My crest was inherited from mountain folk who prefer to keep to themselves.
So you agree with their decision?
Imagine what would happen to Kupala if it got out. We both know it would destroy their way of life.
Yeah, people will do anything for a rare crest.
Too true. I'm guessing the church thought my crest would cause trouble in Fodlan.
Again, further emphasizing that Rhea is not the biggest advocate of crest herself, and why would she be?
But don't get me wrong. No matter what life's thrown at me, I'm no victim.
I think Rhea's just trying to moderate things as much as she can, and because I can legitimately not blame her for wanting to lock all the relics up. I mean, in all honesty, I think she has that right. You know, that's her siblings, but she instead tries to give them out to people and deal them out. Yes, they're powerful items, but they're also her siblings. So,
like I've said, I prefer it this way. I've got to be free. Even if things were different, I'd still choose this life.
Yeah, I think not necessarily that it worked out for the best, but like, it's not, you didn't have to be a noble, like you said.
But I can't let my mother and her people pay the price for keeping peace in Fodlan. Wouldn't be right.
I feel that.
All I can do is make a name for myself in battle and secure enough power to protect them. Failure isn't an option.
I can't give you enough money to support your family. You know, I'm over the church. Like, if ours me, it's like for us keeping the secret, we'll pay you like a certain, like a fee of some sort, so you can support yourself by keeping your crest a secret.
Yeah, come at me.
Where are they fighting?
Balthus, you mustn't draw the enemy in so. Pray do not sacrifice yourself on my account.
Enough of that. Just watch my back like we planned.
Oh, they're in battle.
1,000 pardons then.
Whew, it's been a while since we had such a close fight. How you holding up? You didn't seem like your heart was really in it this time.
Well, she was outside.
I had some difficulty, knowing the torment our enemy was going through. Bad enough to fall in combat, but to be felled by one so base as I.
That's a statement. Come on, Constance.
Oh, if they regret anything, it's that you're worried about their humiliating defeat.
Yeah.
Ego burn right there.
That really does come off as the ultimate burn. Like, I'm sorry you got defeated by me. It's like, I just died. Take some pride, darn it.
You know, it wasn't so bad fighting at your side. We make a pretty good team, you and I.
It is because you have the courage to face your enemies head-on, leaving your flanks unguarded.
Oh.
And the generosity to allow less skilled fighters the glory of dispatching foes who take the bait.
Basically, what she's really saying is that he leaves too many openings and she has to cover for him.
Every aspect of your tactics is a reflection of your incomparable virtue.
And what she's really saying like that is that you got to be more careful.
You have a way of understanding a situation, but also twisting it all up in your head. Impressive, really.
Yeah?
The unrivaled king of grappling himself, that'd be me, trusted you enough to watch his back. Can't you just be proud and leave it at that?
The nickname is a difficult one to respect, though the man inhabiting it is more than worthy. If what I have said today has offended, which I would not doubt, then accept my humblest apologies.
You really are something else, you know that? I like your style, pal. I could see us teaming up as mercenaries and wandering from battlefield to battlefield.
Really?
Admit it. That would be a grand old time, don't you think?
It would depend on the circumstances. Might I impose on you to come with me?
It's interesting. Yuri's speaking to her light side and Balthus her dark side. if you want to look at it like that.
Right, there's always... Wait, what?
Is she gonna get out of the sunlight and speak?
Okay, we're
yeah.
here. Care to explain?
She's like, all right, enough of this.
Must you make a mockery of everything? I have my own dream to pursue, not this twaddle. You assume I'd abandon the restoration of House Nouvelle to become a vagrant? Are you mad?
That is quite the difference.
Even among your fabled transgressions, this goes beyond the pale.
Definitely a fair weather friend, that one.
All right. So basically, that was like the conclusion of Constance, you know, always talking to them in the sunlight, and she's like, enough! I've had enough! And I heard that in the Japanese, she doesn't... I forgot, I may be confusing it. In the Japanese, she doesn't... It's like they're two separate personalities, but in the English, she acknowledges them. I find it hard to see how that would make sense in the Japanese on that logic then, because that seemed to clearly imply by Constance suggesting to move the conversation elsewhere. She was aware of what she was doing, but she couldn't exactly... It's weird, but I can understand it to a degree, because I felt something similar. Like, you're in control of your actions, but you're not in control of your actions. Like you're sleepy. Like when you first wake up, you know, you're crazy talking and almost saying the first thing that comes to your head. It's like she got clearer, I guess. Her head was cleared when she wasn't in sunlight. And she felt that she would give a better answer if she was back under the cover of, well, it's not shade, just not in sunlight. Okay. Oh, I guess... Shoot, is that the end of the episode? But real quick, since we're talking about the two of them,
My favorite meal and...
How I do look forward to mealtime, though I'm not quite sure about today's menu.
all right, that was Constance. I didn't get her favorite food, so that's why that happened.
This is my favorite.
And then there was a special conversation.
Sitting around a nice meal and eating with friends is the best. I know you're excited, but you'll choke on your food if you don't take time to chew.
That makes sense. Mercedes still says that now. Anyways, Sylvain reached A and Magic got Ragnarok. Yes, A. Wow, dadgum. Lysithea is at S. You see that? You see that? S. Which means she has dark range +1. Lysithea has returned. The Lysithea, in-game Lysithea that I had, I could just fire at enemies from so far away. She's back, and just in time, really. Meanwhile, Felix got his magic to B+, got reason level 4. He's at B+, he only has 2 magics. I guess that fits. Thoron is nice, though. Thunder and Thoron, that's all he needs, really. Just let him get more accurate. Marianne got E+ in Lances, got Lance Prowess level 1, and my Professor rank leveled up to max, which means I can fight more. Also, I think Ash got, writing C. Felix got Nosferatu. Dorothea got Physic. Ignatz got Bow Prowess level 4. Leonie got Axe Prowess level 3. Seta got Swift Strikes. Cyril got Bow Prowess level 4. Anna got Rally Luck. Oh, I changed Ash. I'm not sure if he had this before. I gave him hit +20, death blow, bow crit +10, close counter, axe prowess level 3. Oh no, I changed the axe prowess level 3 to get what? Oh, bro power. Wow, he didn't have that? Yeah, in the last battle, I think. I also added resistance to Leonie, HP to Marianne, dexterity to Dedue, speed to myself. Anyways, all I'm saying is, I have 3 battles now. So if I wanted to, I could really make some stuff happen with these. Battle at Gronder Field, really? Well, if this is an irony, I guess sure, why not get a bit of practice? Silver bell. Yeah. Well, that's for me to decide on things. I definitely want to... Oh, hold up. Well, I'm glad Dedue was looking like he was supposed to. Yeah, that's way better. Come on now. That's way better. So yeah, I'll deal with these battles, and then when I think we're ready, we will take on Marianne's Paralogue. I'll probably at least go through this week, and I'll probably pass my birthday. The last time I remember, Claude just gave me something. I'm not sure if Dimitri's even in the mood to do so. We'll see. We'll see. I'll take a picture of whatever happens. And I might meet you back here, but I might meet you back here. Either way, for now, this has been Blade. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.